At first I didn't want to, make this video because I'm not usually this kind of person, but I've been wanting to address something for a while. It's nothing of you guys though. It's actually if any actually it might be depending on who you are. Uh, if it's any of my old RP group, that's who I'm trying to address right now. I'll explain in a minute, but first I want to get this out. This is hard. It is hard honestly, cause it's been like what, 2 years now, pretty much, yeah. About to be 2 years actually. On December 31st or January 1st, that's when it would have been officially 2 years since we've been, not talking. Although, I mean, we did talk that one time. We did talk like one time. But, I wanted to say that the RPs were fun. I'm gonna miss them, but maybe this was, supposed to happen. Maybe it's this. I don't look at this as a bad thing. I mean, it did hurt. I won't lie, it did hurt at the beginning, cause like all I knew back then was RPs. All I knew back then was like just do RPs. I played the main game a little bit, but I was more fixated on RPing than anything. So when that kind of got, yeeted away, I was like, whoa, what do I do now? I did actually, when this first happened, I think I made a video then talking about this, but I don't remember. I think I talked a little bit about it and then I continued again. I think it was a Rec Room video too. But anyway, so I miss how I won't lie. I miss doing RPs. Me and I almost said Exorcist. Yeah. Me and Skittle still do RPs actually over on Xbox now though, because we both gave up on PS4. The downfall of that RP group, the downfall of like mine, like me pretty much, the downfall that I received because I did something bad, which was deservable. I will agree, I did deserve it, but man, did it impact everyone in our RP group. Now I will explain to the people that don't know what happened. So, what happened was, on the night of December 31st, I think, I don't know what actually happened. I think it was because, I do remember what actually happened. I was just saying that because I don't know why I was saying actually, but pretty much what happened was, I wasn't myself, pretty much. I went off on one of my closest friends that I had protected from one of my other friends for so long. I went off on him without any reason, constantly calling him a gold digger. I shattered his fucking... I don't know how that shattered him, his mental state, but I guess that's what I did. I heard him, and then in the blink of an eye, just like a snap of your fingers. I can't snap my fingers, but in the snap of your fingers, I went from being the most liked to the most hated. It was hard the first few weeks. I had to adjust. I had to learn how to play Xbox again just to fucking cope with it. But there are some good things that happen. But I'll get to that in a second. But I'm gonna keep to it. So what happened is I said like he was a gold digger because he was playing with my friends for, or one of my friends for their money because he was a rich kid. And I guess nobody likes it when you call people out. So I just kind of, after a long argument, I just accepted it. I was like, alright, I'll leave. And I did. I left. Now, give or take like a couple months later, I came back, but there was no fucking way in hell that going back was gonna work again. something changed. Let's just say that. Needless to say, I don't think I'll ever go back. Even if they're like, if they're watching the video right now, and they're like, "Damn, this is sad," or some shit like that, and like they want me back, I'm not coming back. I'm sorry, but I want to do the RPs just as bad as anybody else. Our 3-year long fucking Vertex RP was the best. It had so much good plot twists, so much good endings that we just kind of swept under the rug and said, yeah, let's continue with it. It was like a dream come true on how good an RP can be. But of course, you know, even the sun sets in paradise, so that wasn't gonna last, which sucked. So pretty much after that, I'm gonna tell them what I actually been doing. I actually have been doing pretty well. I played Sea of Thieves, which was pretty awesome. I got into Sea of Thieves too. I met up with a guy. I met up with 2 people that reminded me of the RP group. That that relationship didn't last long either, by the way. Like we stayed friends until like this. I don't even remember what happened. It was like a silent argument. None of us spoke, but like we all knew what was happening. So, but like some shit happened, and we ended up just not playing anymore after that. And then I finally met the group that I'm sticking around with right now, but I might be moving on, honestly. Because they fucking ditch us for fucking PC and shit. Me and Skiddo are literally the only 2 players that play together anymore. I've talked to Wyatt a little bit. He was one of the guys who played with me. I might talk to X or Magic a little bit, but I also talked to Little still. But you guys probably don't know who they are. But if the people who were in my RP group see this, they'll know who I'm talking about. Me, Little, and Skittle might start up another RP group on fucking Xbox and do like Halo RPs or some shit. I don't know. We'd have to figure that out. But I kind of hope that they actually see this, because I want them to, like, you know, I want to talk to them a little bit, you know. I want to like see what they've done for the past like a year or 2 now, because it happened before the start of 2020, and this is near the end of 2021. So I'd say about a year, maybe 2. See it. I wonder how you guys are doing, but from what I heard, this is the speculation. I've had some people tell me that they aren't together anymore or some shit like that. They said that they've had some kind of argument as well and kind of disbanded, but I don't know. I'm not gonna brag or anything, but I kind of felt like they did need me there to hold it together. Cause I mean, the one time, because they said that I was like a psychopath, that I was like an anarchist or some shit. I don't know what the hell that is, or whatever. But I'm gonna be honest. Who wanted to lead the group? Because guess who led the group? Me. Nobody else fucking stood up and was like, yo, I want to lead the group. They had me do everything, make all the choices, bro. I was like, that's a heavy burden on somebody's shoulders, dude. And for 3+ years, I dealt that. And I guess after 3+ years, it kind of got to the boiling point, and I snapped on what Matrix, and never kind of fixed that problem. He still probably hates me out there, but I forgive myself for my sins, pretty much. You know, I'm not gonna let the past hold me down, but I did need to get this off my chest because of the fact that I was just recently, like a couple minutes ago, I was actually fucking going through my like suggested friends shit, and I saw Exison, and then I started scrolling through his friends, saw all of the old friends, and I was like, man, I really need to make a video addressing something about this. Because, like, this was, like, the main reason I stopped pretty much uploading entirely, almost. And before I eventually made my return recently. And started streaming and uploading more and more often. But, yeah, if you guys are, if you guys ever watch this video, drop a comment and maybe we could talk a little bit in the comments. Obviously, I'm not gonna get in the party because I hate the party system, and I'm not gonna get caught lacking for that shit. Even Skittle thinks I'm fucking crazy for trying to contact you guys. He's like, dude, you're really trying to contact them after all the shit that they put you through? And I was like, I just need to get some closure, If I don't get it, it's whatever. I can just move on naturally. It'll take more time, but I will eventually move on. But I've been living life, honestly. I've gotten into, hunting. Gotten into shooting guns. Dude, I'll just say right now, if any of you guys are watching, like Matrix, this is cool, shooting a gun in real life is way different than in games. That fucker kicks devastatingly. My shoulder hurt after one time where I shot a semi-auto shotgun that had a plastic stock, which sucks, from what I heard. But anyway, so I'm kind of prolonging the ending because I kind of want to just talk more to like get this off my mind more. So I'm probably just gonna continue to talk honestly, for a little bit at least. But so yeah. And to anybody that's like watching this that isn't one of them and they're like, what the hell is this dude talking about? Long story turned into a short story. Back in 2017, 2018, I embarked on my first ever like role plays. Like I think I just learned about it from something, but I don't know where. And I decided, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do an RP. And then I met Mr. Cool, who then we made the Vertex RPs, which were, by the way, fire RPs. Miss them, but you gotta get over them. Pretty much, we started that off. That was in like whatever season Playground came out in, season 5 or 6. I had a little bit of trouble within season 6. I had moved places, and it was kind of hectic. Moved places again recently to a nice place. Anyway, so I met him. I don't know who I met next. I think I met JR, who, by the way, still can't confirm its fucking gender. She says she's a girl, but there's proof that it's a guy. It's kind of hectic. It's a weird story. I still talk to her. I'm just gonna call it her, honestly. I don't care anymore. If it's a girl, I'm right. If it's a guy, I'm wrong. Whatever. Anyway, so we met JR. She adored Lynx. Like, she loved to RP as Lynx. 24/7, by the way. Not joke. Like, literally 24/7. I didn't mind it. I kind of dated her, X Games mode. I dated JR after she broke up with my boy, Mr. Cool, which was funny as hell because he was like, bro, don't date it. It's a guy, man. She's a guy, bro. She's a guy. That's why that's the rumor that spread around after that, is that she was a guy because of him. I guess she just didn't want to. I guess he didn't want to date anybody else, especially me. But I dated her for a little bit. Then, broke up. It wasn't that bad of a breakup, honestly. We both kind of, with the drama that went around, we decided that we both just wanted to go our separate ways. It was an easy breakup, pretty much. I didn't have any much trouble, honestly. But anyway, then, let me go back a little bit because I just kind of sped forward a little. When we met JR, we also met Little, who, by the way, if you ever watch this, I'm so sorry for the way we treated you. We treated you like dog water, dude. I hated that, dude. Dude, I like Little. I mean, the reason why Mr. Cool treated Little like dog water is because Little had no emotion in his RP. Like he didn't sound like he cared. You know, we were actually putting emotions into it. You know, and he wasn't. So Mr. Cool hated him for that. And then when the fucking egg shit came around, it was this dumpster fire. Then after Little, we must have met Zaifu, Magic, Skittle and his friend, Matrix, and then we met some. I think the last person. I don't remember who the last person is. Sorry if I forgot you if you watch this, because I have no idea who you are anymore because I just don't play anymore. But yeah, after that we kind of sealed our fate as the RP group for a while at least. And then came Exorcism. Here was the downfall. This really was the downfall of the RP group. Because once we added Exorcisms, things started to drastically change. I'm not lying. He came near the end, like recently. But pretty much once we added him, everything kind of shifted. It took like a turn. And I don't really want to go into that part too much because that was kind of just a dark time right there. I mean, yeah, I talked about that. But one thing our RPs were famously known for was a lot of stuff, which we really didn't care for. I mean, we all knew what it was because we were old enough to know what it was. I mean, shit. Anyway, so we kept the RPs going for a while. We did eventually have a dude named TY, but he quickly left because one thing about this group that was bad, the amount of how stereotypical we were. If you were gay, we would make fun of you for it. I feel bad now. I don't do it anymore. I don't make fun of gay people anymore. Unless they're trying to hit on me. In that case, back up. 9 feet. Respect the 6 foot rule. I'm okay with you as long as you don't try to hit on me. Alright? Anyway, so once he got added, TY, or I mean not TY, Mr. Cool kind of got into a real like make jokes about gay people type way. And after a while, I pulled a mean prank. I pulled a mean prank, alright? I pretended to date TY, and then I fucking crushed his feelings. I feel bad for that now. Because, you know, he put so much trust into it, and I knew eventually I was going to be like, yeah, this was actually fake, and pranked him. And that's when he left, so that happened near the beginning of our RPX group actually, so that was not a sign of a downfall, although it could have been. And we kept going for a while. We did the Vertex RP more. We added more people, but they didn't stay as much. And then eventually we reached a point in our RPs where it started to go down. I'm talking down. The second, and I mean the second, Chapter 2 fucking came out, that ruined it instantly. Chapter 2 ruined it. We didn't have the OG map anymore. It didn't feel fun anymore. We all loved the OG map. We were literally pissed that fucking Epic did such a damn thing. And meanwhile, everybody like that we knew was like, oh, the new map is better than the old map. We immediately got rid of them. Because we knew they were no OGs. No OGs are going to be like, oh, look, the new map is better than the old map. Like, no. I mean, you could say that the new map is good, but nothing beats the OGs. Like, come on. Nothing ever beats an OG. So, that was the real, like, turning point right there. I think, it was around Christmas because it's December, you know. Pretty much after season 6 came out, or I mean not season 6, but pretty much after chapter 2 came out. It was chapter 2 season 2 when we stopped playing. Because the lightsabers were just added. Like the Star Wars event happened, and then that was it. So that's the backstory, like kind of simplified, kind of skipped a lot of things. Now let's go into the people, just so that you guys know who I was playing with, pretty much. What kind of stereotypical role playing. Not to roast them or anything about them being stereotypical, but like, I just want to tell you guys, just so you know. We had Mr. Cool, who was Mexican, not hating on Mexicans. He was, I guess you could say he was the hothead of the group. He always acted with his mouth first. Because if it was his way or the highway, pretty much. If you didn't do something that he wanted, he would ear rape you, which was annoying. And then he would end up getting his way anyway. So it really just was pointless to fight against his, thing. Then you have, I honestly don't remember too many of them, so I'll only give you like a couple of them that I know. Then you have, what's his name? Little, who was the kind of emo kid of the group. Like, he kind of, just had no emotions. You had JR, who was like the sexually active one of the group. Like the stories that she would tell. Yikers, bro. Had me all types of fucking burning up on the inside. Then you had Matrix, who was another emo kid, but not very emo often. He hated it. He hated it, and I will repeat, he hated it when we would make fun of the way he did RP Drift. He wanted Drift to be like this half demon, half angel with these powers, to like all this type of shit, and nobody wanted it. And then I'd step up as Drift, and I'd be like, "Here, how about this?" And everybody cheered like a fucking crowd, and it was hilarious. I feel bad for you, Matrix, that your character kind of got ripped off, but nobody really liked the character. They liked my ideas for the character because I had my character balanced with humanity, no fucking demon or angel, and also I didn't have him overpowered. I have him perfectly balanced with humanity in him, not some fucking demon emo fucking Drip. Although now you could probably do a demon emo Drip because of the fucking whatever skin that was. But so that was Matrix. Then there was Skittle. Now Skittle, let's just say Skittle was the most impossible man to anger. He'd anger you, but you could never anger him. Never. You can get him jokingly angry, where it's obvious he's not actually mad, but he's doing it just as like a joke. He's pretending to be angry for like a joke. You could get him to do that. Oh, but you never could get him to be mad. And I know his weaknesses now, because, I've been with him longer than, the 3 years. We kind of, we exposed him a little bit, made a little joke, and then he got mad. And I was like, oh, shit, that's how you make him mad, though, then. But I won't tell him, I won't tell the group that, because I know they're going to use it against him. I'll keep it a secret for you, Skittle. Just because I feel like you'd kill me if I told them. Then there was, who was next? Zaifu! He was the actual medium type. Like, not medium as in, like, a spirit person, but, like, I mean, like, medium as in, like, he wasn't too good, he wasn't too bad, he was in the middle. He was fun to RP with at some times, and not so fun other times. Magic, on the other hand, I'm sorry, Magic, if you watch this video, Magic was annoying to RP with. I never wanted to do an RP when Magic was around. I think I blatantly at one time said, yeah, I'm not doing an RP, guys, because Magic joined the party, and then he was like, wow, got mad and shit, but The Magic. The reason I didn't want to do an RP with Magic that much is because of the character he had chosen every time. Cuddle as a kid. Alright? See, now, you see something wrong with that. We're like RPing about monsters, fucking people with powers, fucking people shooting people, literal war, everything to keep a child away from. We were doing it. And he was like, no, I want to play, I want RP as a cuddle as a child, and I was like, oh my god. So I kept away from him. Sorry, Magic. He would also do some. There were some times where he wouldn't play his cuddle as a kid, so I'll give him that. Then there was I said Matrix. I said Mystical. Oh, Exorcism. Wasn't into RP at first. All of a sudden came into RP near the end. Kind of feels like they were kind of planning my downfall anyway. But so what happened was with Exorcism was I met him on Friday the 13th, and immediately you can kind of tell his personality. He was kind of a Chad. Not like right off the back. It wasn't like immediately apparent, but once we started playing more, it was apparent that he was like a Chad, bragging about his money, and I guarantee you he'd brag about his yacht if he had one, which he probably could get. But that was his personality. It was just like the Chad of the group, and like not the good kind of Chad. I mean like the Chad that brags about their money. Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? I think that's everybody. I would get into characters, but there's so many characters. But you know what? I will get into characters. But I'm only going to do a couple because there's too many. Like, at least 100. So, from my personal memory, I'm going to label off all the characters I did, or I RP'd as first. So, the first character I RP'd as is actually coincidentally the skin I'm wearing. I RP'd as Sledgehammer for the first RP. IRP'd, he was a military sergeant or a general, not general, sergeant or a major. Or a brigadier general or some shit. I don't know. I don't remember. And he had a kid, he had a wife. I did not, I repeat, did not follow Fortnite logic. Alright, so I didn't go off of the story that Fortnite was giving. So don't get mad at me when I'm about to say that my wife, who I had this kid with, was a Blippi. Yes. A fucking is it no? An evil character. We had her be like neutral in this RP. She was evil, but she wasn't evil at the same time. Criterion, natural good. Obviously, Carbine was also naturally good, but. Anyway, so the characters I RP'd, Sledgehammer, he was kind of a strong, hothead, quick to think, you know. He was a disciplined, natural born leader. So that's why when I went to kill him off, Mr. Cool was like, now hold on a minute. We need him. He's literally a natural born leader. He's the reason why our characters stay together. I was like, no, my man, he's like 70 because we were doing a lot of time jumping. So he was like 30 when we started the RP. And then 40 years later. So he was like 70. There's no way we could keep him around. So we killed him off. Only to then bring him back as a robot. Which I don't remember the robot who I played as. I think I played as Carbine, actually. That's where Carbine came in. So those were two characters. Third character I played. This was at the very end of the RP group, though. Chapter 2, Season 1. I played as Paradigm. Because I played a ton of female characters in RPs. Never did a female voice because killed my throat. Exorcism could do them perfectly, though. But so I did that. Then what happened with that after I did Paradigm, I think I did one more character. I'm trying to remember who I did. I'm trying to remember now. I feel like I did one more character that wasn't Paradigm, wasn't Oblivion. Who was it? Give me a second. I'm thinking. Oh yeah, drift. I did drift. I also RP'd as drift. Now my drift was what everybody considered the canon drift. Nobody considered Matrix's drift canon. My drift was natural charm, means he was charming. Also a natural born leader. I'm always a natural born leader because I'm the one that leads the group. I was the one that led the RP the entire time, and I was the one that gave the good ideas. Other people did give some good ideas, but mostly I was the one coming up with ideas on how shit should happen and shit. I'll tell you about one time where Raven, Vertex. Oh yeah, that's Mr. Cool's character's Vertex, and Raven was Skittles' character. Raven, Vertex, and me, Paradigm, went at it, and we did like a Call of Duty Ghost ending. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But anyway, my drift was charming, natural born leader, strong but not too overpowered. He could be defeated if you were strong enough, like normally. He had flaws. He had family. That's when we had Catalyst as his sister. So he had a weakness that you could exploit, unlike some characters. Sorry, I had to call it out on that. And oh yeah, could not get the girls to stay away from me. I'm talking whenever I was around a girl. It happened. Oblivion, Criteria. No, I fucked literally half of them. Let me see here. I remember the RP. I literally fucked half of them. I have enemies now because of that. I literally have enemies with Omega, Dire, Criterion. Or not Criterion. Carbine. Fuck. Who else? Whoever. I don't know. I had like 100+ enemies. Okay, let's just say that. Needless to say, my drift was literally wanted by these people. So we did do a little RP connecting the crazy sex drive RP with the current RP that I was doing, where drift was actually captured. What was that? Oh, that scared me for a second. Drift was actually, I'm trying to remember. I might be wrong, but we did an RP where Drift was captured, and he, they tried to, oh yeah, they tried to use his power to like corrupt him, kind of like overcharge him and like corrupt his personality, but that failed because it's kind of hard to corrupt a natural character that's naturally lawfully good. So I failed and got away. But if we were still doing the RPs to this day, I would still be hunted down by all 100 of them. I mean, like I got Raven on me because I banged rap. Dude, I was a banging monster back then, dude. Literally, I sat there for an hour just bang. It was hilarious. I won't lie, it was hilarious. Now if y'all ask you, yes, we were the right age for that, so calm down, you fucking people who fucking freak out over that shit. Like, calm down, it was okay. It's a fucking video game starters, and we were all the appropriate ages to know and do, shit like that. Anyway, so so now I'm gonna go on to Vertex. Be warned that this character, he was crazy a little bit. So, how to start off? Cocky all the time, robotic, protective of his family. Current status, if RP was still going on, perhaps married to Paradigm, because he was when the RP ended. Had a son. Don't remember the skin. arch enemy oppressor. Fucking ironic, right? That they the character's name, literally the skin's name was oppressor, so we just said that's his name. So it's ironic that his arch enemy is oppressor, and in GTA 5, the oppressors are like the most arch enemy thing for everybody. So anyway, his arch enemy was oppressor, best friend Sledgehammer. You know, he kind of established that bond, that brotherhood with him on their first mission, which was literally 3 years ago. And then like all the missions ever since. I remember the one RP we did back then. Sledgehammer's brother actually, he was dead, and then like Vertex went into like this fucking frenzied mode and killed everybody that was there that harmed. I mean, I was like, bruh. Alright, moving on. Raven. Now here we're going. This is the last character because the other characters are kind of just throwaways. I'm sorry to everyone else, but they were throwaways. Except for Lynx. Lynx and Demi were not throwaway characters. Kind of. 50-50. Maybe 25-75. But, so Raven was a Dark Lord. Makes sense. He is literally death. His arch enemy is Vertex. Vertex is not like Vertex's arch enemy is not Raven because of the fact that Oppressor was stronger and much more of a threat. So now let's see here. Raven, arch enemy was Vertex. Tried and failed to steal Vertex's wife away to try and corrupt her to kill Vertex. That failed, obviously. Duh, like, bro. I'm sorry. That should have worked, but Skittle was, Mr. Cool was pretty keen on it not working. So it didn't, but try to corrupt came from the ball. We had him. Alright, so we did the glitch to get to the main island before it was patched, sadly, rip in the chat, where we would go to the main island, right, was like the phone and shit, and then from the main island, we would do this thing where we were, you could fly through stuff, the phase shift where you go right through. So this was in season 8, I think. I don't know what season it was, but pretty much where there was that big ball from the vault, like under the place. We had him come from there and fight Vertex while, I tried to find his weakness. Because that's usually how it goes. Vertex stalls him. Paradigm hops on the search for a weakness for him. Finds the weakness. Figures he clapped him. Killed Raven. Paradigm and Vertex being badly injured. Sit like on this next to this rock, overlooking the sunrise, right? And then Raven comes up behind Paradigm, like, bops her in the head because, Paradigm was the only one that actually had a little bit more strength left in her. Vertex was completely almost dead. And he takes Paradigm away as Vertex calls out to Paradigm to fight, but after you get bopped in the head, are you gonna fight? No. So I didn't fight back. I just was unconscious. So then I got dragged away. Got dragged to the hidden vault door, which was like is the HQ for them now. I don't know. Like this was back then, like way back. No, that was actually never mind. Not that place, because that wasn't even a thing yet. He dragged me to the ball. He tried to put me in it. The ball rejected me because I wasn't organic. And then he figured maybe if he exposed me to like a little pieces of it, that he could corrupt my programming or whatever to make me evil and shit. Didn't work. And then I think it was, here's the funny thing. This is when Drift came. This is when Drift, came in and saved her. And then boned. Nah, I'm just kidding. That's the one character I could never fuck. As Drift, at least. Because I was the only one that had Paradigm. So Drift doing that was off the records, pretty much. And if he did, he'd have one of the most overpowered characters in the entire fucking RP. after him. And I'm sorry, even if I wanted Drift to survive then, he would not survive. He would die, pretty much. I wouldn't be able to protect him from Vertex's veil. We did teasingly joke to Mr. Cool, like, oh yeah, he impregnated Paradigm. And then immediately he's like, we're killing him off. And I was like, okay, calm down. I was lying. And yeah. So that was all. That was long. That was a lot. So you can see why that losing the RP group was a hard hitter because of how amazing and fun it was. To some people, this would sound like, you know, cringy and shit, but to us, nah, dude, this was literally the funnest thing we had. I mean, like, shit, I literally, this was the funnest thing I'd done in a while, was do that RP. So it sucked losing it, but, you know, I'm moving on here. So, yeah. Damn, now I don't know what to say. So, after, you know, the whole dispute of this happening, I actually stayed away from Fortnite for a while because I just couldn't look at Fortnite the same. I looked at it and I saw all the good memories I had with my friends, but then but back then that's what I used to see. But now, but like when I got kicked out, all I could see was those memories, was being kicked out, shunned, exiled, pretty much, from what was supposed to be my friends, but they clearly weren't. But I guess they did have a good motive for me because I, you know, cyberbullied Matrix a little bit. Like, he literally was being kind of a drama king. And then, by the way, I shall add that Matrix later on said that it was mostly Mr. Cool that made him feel like that, and he blamed me because he didn't want to blame Mr. Cool because he knew that Mr. Cool would just get away with it again. So he blamed me, and he didn't expect everybody, even Mr. Cool, to turn on me like that. So he kind of did feel bad at the end because I didn't hurt. I guess I wasn't getting to him that much, but where it was affecting him. But it was Mr. Cool that was getting to him. So, rip in the chat. I would still be with that RP group if Matrix never decided to make that one white lie that ruined years of fucking work in a second. Years of dedication to each other, you know, fucking RPs, like, you can't just, like, go up to somebody and say, hey, yo, let's RP. And then proceed to have this 3-year RP. No. This is something that is planned and is executed with decisive and fucking concrete and accurate fucking emotions, brotherhood, and all that shit. And because Matrix wanted to lie just once about something I did, or not something I did, but lie that I was the one that was causing him pain, all of that work that we had put together, him too, gone. And that's kind of what changed me, really, honestly. That's what's changed my personality. I've become less of an asshole because of the fact that I'm worried. I worry now that if I do find a good friend group again, it's just gonna take that one word, and then all of them are gonna fucking, or gonna take that one lie about me that's gonna send them all into like this fucking exile him, banish him, never play with him again. It hurts, honestly, talking more about them. Like, my hands are numb right now because of like all the mixed emotions I'm having. It's like I'm sad, happy, mad, angry, depressed at the same time. You cannot have this much of a thing. So what I'm trying to say right now is I'm sorry to you guys, the RP group, if you guys ever watch this, about what I did, but we're never gonna go back. I'm sorry. Another reason I won't go back. The main reason me and Skittle won't go back is that before we left, before we got banished, um, they were learning how to DDoS. At least I think. They probably don't care about us anymore to the point where they would do that type of thing. If they do, then that's kind of sad that they didn't move on. I mean, then again, I didn't move on. I'm talking about them right now, but that's what I'm doing is I'm moving on by saying one last thing to, you know, kind of like if to have like there forever, so that way like if they ever, you know, if we ever do meet up, maybe I could show them this and be like, yo, look at how how amazing RRP was. The fact that I had to put it in a video and say why I've been so bad, like, you know, so like off, like I wasn't like myself anymore. Because my personality did do like a whole 180. Like, yeah, I'm not sure if you noticed in the change in the videos or not, but pretty much I went from being this asshole to being a slightly lesser asshole that kind of thinks more now. Like, for example, like, whew, I had one lobby. This is where I really noticed it. Usually in Call of Duties, I always, and I repeat, always raged when I was with them. But after the incident, I went into a Call of Duty Cold War game. I took a huge beating. And instead of raging, instead of being like, wow, you guys are cheaters, you guys are pussies using broken weapons, I said, GG guys, good game. You guys are formidable opponents. We're fun to go against. Hopefully I get better. And everybody sat quietly, stunned, because, like, when do you hear this from somebody that, you know, that plays Cold War? You rarely, if ever, hear that from a Cold War player. That's how you know the events that transpired on December 31st and January 1st through the rest of January changed me as a person for the rest of my life, probably. And I mean December 31st, 2019 to January 1st, 2020 through the rest of January 1st of 2020. And a part of me, I won't lie guys, a part of me wants to go back. Wants to go back to the RPs the way things were 2 years ago. Where I would, you know, I'd come home, sit down, turn on the PS4, log in, get the controller, put the headset on, and jump into a party with the boys and have fun doing an RP. Sadly, that'll never happen again. Maybe never happen again. Because as of right now, me and Skittle are working on something big on GTA 5 RPs. But you will never get to see those, sorry guys. because it's on Xbox. And, well, Xbox is kind of really confusing to upload videos on and shit, so yeah, you're never seeing me play anything on Xbox, sorry guys. And maybe you actually have a chance. If I can manage to figure it all out, then I can, then I'll start uploading videos. You'll know because I'll start uploading videos that aren't on Xbox or aren't on PS4, like probably State of Decay or some shit. Because, my God, do a lot of fucking funny things happen on Xbox, dude. I fucking seen goddamn cars do like fucking spin out into the universe shit. Seen a lot of that and a bunch of other shit, dude. And then on Sea of Thieves, actually, I'm getting off a little topic right here, but this is the one thing I need to say about why Xbox is kind of funnier. Because on Sea of Thieves, we was doing the Fort of the Damned, and what happened is we heard music, and one of I think it was Doomed Mouse said, "What's that music?" Or somebody said, "Where's that music coming from?" And then we look at our boat, and there's this fucking galleon, boom, right over the top of our boat onto the island. I was like, bro. Needless to say, we did not get that fort of the damned, sadly, because those guys are assholes. Sea of Thieves players are kind of hella toxic, dude. I mean, if a player's coming at you, they are coming to fight you. There's no, oh, we want to form an alliance. No, they are coming to kill you. You will know it. Like, no, I've only seen 4 lobbies out of the 300 that I have played where people wanted to form an alliance. I was in one server alliance, by the way, which means everybody in the lobby is in an alliance. I've only been in one of those, and it was rare. Honestly, it was awesome. We had so much loot, almost lost it all thanks to one of my friends. But man, I should load off of this chest. Hopefully, I managed to get all of this, because if I didn't, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. I'm gonna be entirely pissed if none of this recorded. Well, that's the end of this. This is probably like 30 minutes long. I don't expect anybody to watch all 30 minutes of me just sitting here talking while just flying around and shit. I'm probably gonna get a couple hate comments like, "Why are you doing nothing? Blah 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 blah." Like, bro, calm the fuck down. I'm here to talk about it. I'm also gonna name the video. This video is for my old RP group if they're still watching. So if you guys see that video, that means I was able to save this video. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video.